David, you've traveled to many conventions and also to the KOSA workshops, and you met so many top great drummers. I'm going to mention some names and just tell me a little bit about them with these great drummers that you've met. Let's start with Jim Chapin.
Jim Chapin. He was amazing to see. He transformed a lot of my playing with the molar technique and the way he was able to show me how to hold the stick to get an easier rebound without doing as much work as I was doing. And just seeing him, and he taught me some great brush techniques that I use a lot today in my big band performances and playing. And it was just an incredible inspiration to meet and study with.
Aldo Mazza.
Aldo Mazza, well, without Aldo, I wouldn't have been able to meet and study and become friends with all the drum teachers that I've studied with over the last 10 years. And I've just learned so much over that time period in different styles of music. And just before I found KOSA, I was looking for something that was intense. And I wanted a vacation and drumming at the same time. So that's what I typed into Google. And that's when KOSA came up. And I've missed 1 year in the last 10. So I've been going for the last 10 years, but it's transformed my entire life. You know, I was influenced to go back to school for a BA in music and then a master's in music, and to keep forging forward and studying and becoming the best I could be, and realizing that by learning all these different styles of music, it would just increase my vocabulary in playing, and it's just been a tremendous benefit for me, and I cannot thank you, Aldo, enough for the KOSA camps.
John Riley.
John Riley, I was always amazed at his fluidity in his playing with the big bands and with even the trios, and just seeing him play at KOSA was incredibly inspiring. And I would follow him around just to ask him questions about how to do this on the drums and how to improve your time and keep your tempo up. And he was always very generous in answering them, and I've just learned so much from watching and from his books too.
Dom Famularo.
Dom Famularo, I just cannot say enough about Dom. He's just an amazing person, an amazing player that I got to meet probably the second year that I was at KOSA, that I began to study with him privately, and he's just been a champion for everything that I could that I want to do and still want to achieve as a drummer. And he's been there, you know, right beside me to make it happen. And he's just been such a tremendous inspiration in watching him play, and his words of wisdom are just tremendous.
Neil Peart.
Neil Peart, well, Neil Peart was one of my first influences in playing the drums. I would go home in junior high trying to learn all the songs from Rush, including Tom Sawyer, Limelight, and the songs just moved me so much. I still have a videotape from Exit Stage Left that still hasn't worn out yet. So I've just grown up listening, and it may sound corny, but Rush was like a soundtrack to my life in the late '80s, early '90s, growing up as a kid.